Yeah, hello, friends. Good to be here again. Straight to the point, we're talking about releasing human energy. I think we have established that that's the most important thing. Whenever you bring a team, a group of people together to get anything done, leaders must remember that the first thing to do is to release the energy in their people. The energy is a medium that covers everything from attitude, intelligence, creativity, innovation, even inspiration. So when you get your people to release that energy that is in them, they go the extra mile. They find that the boundaries of duty are just the beginning of the journey. And they give of themselves in such a way that is truly amazing to watch. We have also established that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's only transferred from one perception to another. But there's something else I would like you to know. Energy can be put into sleep mode. 99% of the people I meet are in sleep mode. They're frustrated about something. Someone said to them they can never amount to anything. They believe that the system is working against them. They're in a country where corruption, inequality has made it so difficult to rise based on merit, that what they have done is to go into sleep mode. Because, like we said, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. And what a leader needs to do is to bring the energy out in them. And that's why the very first step in releasing human energy for a team, for an organization, for a project, for a crusade, for a political party, for anything you're trying to do, is to hire the right people. Somewhere else, I've talked about the TASK acronym for hiring the right people. And that means, first and foremost, you must look for people who have talent for what you're trying to do. With talent comes a certain amount of spontaneity, a certain amount of ingenuity, a certain amount of ease that is hard to find anywhere else. The A acronym in TASK is for attitude. Now, attitude is something that begins from the day we're born. It includes all the experiences we've had. You can't point at it, but it comes through in the way you talk, the way you do things. It comes through your winning strategy. It comes through in the way you participate with other people. And it comes through in the way you see your future. So getting people with the right attitude is critical at the recruitment phase. The third word in the acronym is skill. Again, like I said, skill is one of those things that, they need to have basic skills, but you have to make sure that your team acquires the skills to get the job done. And then finally, what I like to call the last acronym in TASK is the killer instinct. Your people must know how to close the sale, whether they came with that or you taught them that, or it's part of their attitude, or it's part of their talent. Everybody in your organization, team, group, association, gathering must know and have killer instinct. That means they know when to close the sale, they know when to shut up, they know when to ask for payment, they know when to wrap things up, they know when to ask for the next order, they know when to say, this is done, and then let's do the next thing. It's important. You cannot release energy out of people who do not have what it takes to be on your team in the first place. So again, TASK: talent, attitude, skill, and killer instinct. The second thing you need to do to be able to release energy in your people is what we call the vision thing. Visions for me are not attainable. They set direction, they release energy, they tell people where you want to go. But I always say, if you can achieve your vision, you didn't set it high enough. And so the vision thing is critically important. Great people will not join your company if the vision is mediocre. That's one of the things you have to understand. And if you want to bring energy out of them, the vision must be able to contain the energy you're trying to bring out of them. Again, I have an ebook, a free ebook, what I call the Tomahawk System. It's a weapon developed by the United States military. It's one of the most precise weapon systems in the world. And it has certain things built into it that helps us to understand how the vision thing works. Number one is to know what the end game is, know what the target is, know where you're going, know what you have to do, and all of that. And then to have the propulsion to take you there. Of course, you must have the gyroscopes and the maneuverability to deal with any kind of terrain that you meet, which means your team can respond to circumstances as they arise. And then there's something called DSMAC, which is Digital Scene Area Matching Correlator. That means that the weapon knows the target when it sees it because it already has a picture of the target in its mind. And one of the best ways you can release energy in your people is to put a high definition destination, a high definition picture in their minds. If you don't have that, you don't have much, all right? Another thing about what I like to call part of the vision thing is, the strategy, your organization should be strategy focused. There should be a strategy that's taking you where you want to go. I mean, the where, the what, the how. If you do not provide all of these things, you leave your people to guess. And when they guess, there's going to be a lot of overlaps that might be deleterious to what you're trying to do. So all of that strategy for me is part of the vision thing. People must be brought together to be part of the process, to think through the way to make things happen, and to be given the tools to get the job done. And if you can do that, the only other thing left is to understand that imagination is the language of the mind. I find that leaders who are logical, leaders who are excessively fact-driven, do not inspire the troops and therefore cannot release their energy. What you want to do is to take the data and take all of those other things and build them around a picture that you can put in the minds of your people. They will respond to the pictures in their minds more than the words that you speak. So as a leader, one of the first things to do is to understand that imagination is the language of the mind. And once you have that and you can stoke that from time to time, you'll find that you release great, tremendous energy in your people, even without nudging them. And that's the key thing. Because if a leader is busy confusing him or herself with a manager, how can they live in the future? So today we've talked about hiring right and the vision thing. And the next set of things we're going to talk about would be areas of what I like to call enlightened self-interest and building trust in your team. And there'll be others after that. But I think we want to take it in bite sizes so you can practice, you can self-evaluate, you can put together things you would like to do to improve yourself in this area. Because if you do, then your people will become your blessing. Thank you for listening to me. Until we meet again pretty soon, remember that your life is in your hands, and bye for now.